adamant and determined to get this show up by Saturday. Time now 1:27, but I think we can do it. And we're back. It's only... yeah. Alright, so... I have a goal that I'm going to produce an entire episode of the Rob Rodriguez Show in a single night. We started at 1:27. It is now 2:52. Wish me luck. Alright, so, okay, good news. We just finished a majority of the top of the show. Now we gotta write the possibility list. It's a pretty interesting one this week. Let's do another check on the time. 3:08. It's now 4:30 in the morning. The script is finished. It is 5 a.m. I think we're gonna try to wrap things up by 7 on the dot. Wish me luck. Okay. We finished filming at 7 sharp as planned. Well, thank you for coming along this journey with me to film an episode overnight. I actually can't believe we did it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get to editing this thing right now, because if I don't, this video won't exist. And this whole 7-hour journey would have been for nothing. All right, Rob Rodriguez, out. All right, so it's been a long week. Or as the band that you probably forgot about, Hot Shell Ray, puts it,
it's been a really, really messed up week.
Unfortunately, that's all we can play from that song that reached number 7 on the charts 12 years ago. Wow, 12 years ago. Yikes. Another reason why 90s babies feel old these days. Listen, we can only be young at heart. Come on, just put our heads together. So, it's always nice to show up to things prepared, you know? Says the guy who can't release an episode on time because he was too preoccupied watching Selena the series. Not on Netflix, because you're not a civil human being. No, you're watching it on an alternative bootleg for free because, let's face it, you're broke as a joke. A little real, that hurt. But, yeah, it's nice showing up prepared for things. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, it's Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if it's barely Sunday. But bottom line, we were running a bit late this week. So late, in fact, that Google is charging me a $30 late fee. And YouTube stuck an eviction notice on my door. Look at that. But, you know, we've got fresh material to workshop for you this week, unlike Plan B, which was doing a commentary about how disappointing the quality of Season 8 was. I'm so glad we got to do the latter. Oh. Hey, Rod. We haven't seen you in a minute. It's not time for that yet. Sorry, not so nice getting interrupted by your own graphics, right? Well, I mean, Rod, it was toward the end of the show. if you're not familiar, 2 months ago, we had a bit of an incident. And in the event... Okay, I deserve that. Maybe next time you'll let me say what I need to say when I come on camera. It's a possibility. Wait, no. What are we gonna do with you? Okay, the way things work, everything, everywhere, all at once. I heard good things about that movie. It won Oscars, relaunched the guy from the Goonies' career. Good for him, good for the movie, good for Jamie Lee. She is all of us, after all. But everyone is entitled to their opinion. Don't know why I just did the thinker. Saw that in the viewfinder and I was like, I'm gonna get made fun of. But yeah, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but when we have an opinion, we gotta think for a second. Sometimes we gotta think, is it worth sharing out loud? I mean, honestly, we do not know until someone agrees with it or it gets you canceled. Both common results of opening our mouths. But sometimes we do get the, hey, you wanna elaborate on that? Listen, I just appreciate that you care what I think. I should have looked at the camera because that's a fourth wall break. I seriously appreciate that you guys care what I think, you guys watching. But anyway, it's also about the people that we are. Are we somebody who likes to be right all the time? Do we rebel just to spite our folks back home? Do we just appreciate being invited? Who knows? It's just... I feel like every time I've walked into a barbershop, there's always those two guys. One who supports one team, the other one supports the other team. They're both arguing back and forth of whose team is better. And to be honest, and for that reason, I'm out. And that's why I don't follow sports, because... that's also why I don't like haircuts, because every time they make fun of me because I don't like getting a line. I mean, what's the big deal? You know how it is, you're having a conversation with somebody and it's going great until you share your opinion on something they like. Then they just try so hard to hold back everything that's in them so they don't unleash on you. And then meanwhile you're just standing there like, did I say something wrong? And they're like, you better take back what you said about Taylor. Well, I just said I thought she peaked after You Belong With Me. And that is on the list of many things to never say to a Swiftie. And some artists, they have dedicated fan bases. Like, I may have shared an opinion with a Latina friend of mine about Carol G. May have said that she reminded me of a Spanish music Selena Gomez. And, sweet Mindy, sorry for outing you. She was like, Roberto. That's what she calls me, not Roberto, like I thought it was. But, Roberto, you take that back. And of course, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I loved Shower when it came out. That's Becky G. Yeah, I know, I just wanted to see how you would react. Take this for example. Back in school, English class and reading class, there was always that assignment where you had to identify which statement was a fact and which one was an opinion. Sometimes they like to play mind games with you on certain ones. Like, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States. Okay? Fact. Barack Obama was the coolest president that we've had in 247 years. See, that's where it gets you. It's an opinion, but I know somebody out there heard me say that, and they just pointed at the screen, laughed a little bit, and said, "Facts!" You gotta love Gen Z talk. It's fire. Well, we have a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. Closing our second annual Singer-Songwriter Appreciation. My guest this week, musician, singer-songwriter based in Canada. His love for music and his lyrics cover many subjects, such as global issues that impact the world today. Let's listen to some of his tracks off of his album, Stop and Think Now.
This is for the ones that were told they wouldn't make it. This is for the ones that were beaten down. This is for the ones that feel they'll never fit in. We will carry on. This has been stuck in a slump for so damn long. You don't get out of bed, cause the thoughts stuck in your head are the words that they said, but they're not worth it. They're such a waste of time and a waste of life. You gotta clear your mind. Let's start right now. I want to be the one that you call your man. Love feels like a fossil under the sand. I don't want your name written in stone. Not now, not today or tomorrow.
The album is Stop and Think Now. That was World Without Me, featuring the very talented Katie Tish. We are gonna talk with Jonathan about his upbringing in a musical household, as well as his inspirations and much more. This is my interview with Jonathan Panetta. Well, Jonathan, so glad you can be here. You know, funny thing is, earlier in the show, we were talking about how it's always nice to show up prepared for stuff. You understood the assignment, and you got podcast equipment in front of you. Wow, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I think it's actually coming from my laptop audio and not connecting to my mic.
No, your audio should be fine.
Audio sound a little different. It should be coming through the mic now.
No, it's perfect.
It's all right. I was worried about that.
Well, I just want to say you have a really cool room. I like the WWE belts on the wall. Is that autographed?
Yeah, there's only autographs on the big gold, but yeah.
Okay, now to the questions. So, you started at a very young age, and you grew up in a musical household. Your brothers and sisters were into music. Would you say that helped you become the musician that you are today?
I definitely say that's a big influence. I'd say that my family's influence was probably my first before any particular artist.
And you know, what kind of music were your brothers and sisters into?
Well, my brother was the first to pick up a guitar. My sister was in choir and she played piano. I never really got into piano that much. I mostly just use a keyboard to help me with songwriting, but I did get into guitar. I was in choir and band in high school as well. So yeah, on top of that, just their musical influences, like what they were listening to was what I would be listening to.
You started out singing, then you learned how to play drums, and then you did bass and guitar. Now, as an artist, I'm sure that is very practical, and it's very essential to know different types of instruments. Would you say that that's being a jack of all trades?
Yeah, honestly, you described it pretty perfectly. it kind of's given me like a lot of leeway, like either past projects I've been in or even musicians I talk to nowadays. Like I am a solo artist. I can perform on my own. Sometimes I perform with others, but like I've given the shout out to other bands that I'm in contact with, like, hey, if you need like a filler drummer or a solid rhythm guitarist to help you guys out, like I able to manage myself in that regard as well. So yeah, definitely jack of all trades. I would agree with that statement.
One word to describe your lyrics is relatable. Now, where do you find the inspiration to cover topics about issues people are going through?
A lot of that before I started making music, in like my early teenage years, I would just be writing poetry and it'd be like about like a lot of public world problems or just mental health issues. Um, I work with a lot of students that struggle with mental health issues. So, like even just outside of music, like it's always been my passion to help people in some regards. So yeah, I just say it's rooted from just who I am, who I want to be, and I just took that part of me and integrated it into my music.
So all month long, I noticed a theme with that comes with the day to day of being an independent artist. Would you say promoting music is it different on a day to day basis?
Like you try to plan out as much as you can. Like today, I'm going to focus on writing. Today, I'm going to focus on finding playlists or radio stations. Today, I'm going to go to a studio and record. Or today, I'm going to go out and perform if I've got a booking. Like every day is different. It can be overwhelming at times, but yeah, just try to go with the flow, take every day as it comes.
And of course, you've had the opportunity to work with many artists over the years, including friend of the show, Danny Horowitz. Shout out to Danny. When you collaborate with another artist, what's the process like? Is it like you guys compromise on ideas and you know you sit there, one writes one thing, one writes the other thing. What's the process like for you?
It also depends like what the collaboration is for. World Without Me with Katie Titch was like my song. I wrote that in its entirety from start to finish. I just in writing wanted a female vocalist like to do those parts. Um, but similarly, there's another song I did with Katie Titch as well called Everything I Need, which was one that we actually did write together. Um, I guess it really just depends like how much your ideas align because I really felt like Everything I Need just kind of came together naturally. There really wasn't much of a conflict. Same thing with Danny Horowitz. We kind of just built off of each other's ideas, and the song is what it is today. We're both really happy with it. Um, if there ever is some kind of conflict, like I will like state my ideas, like what I think should be in replacement, or if I'm not too sure about this part, maybe we could spend a little more time on it because I never like want to release a song like never stating those things and have to listen back to it every time like, oh, I wish we did something a little different in that part. Any song that goes out, like a necessity for me, like I can't have any regrets about the track before sending it out.
All right, Jonathan. Now the stage is yours. Where can everybody find you?
I have a EP that's going to be coming out. I'm going to be releasing this EP a little different compared to some of my past EPs. So I'm going to be releasing each track individually. That's going to be starting. I believe this episode's going to be up May the 19th. So that's going to be starting in June of this year. Release date will be confirmed pretty soon, but it's looking like June, whole summer release, summer EP, June, July, August, September. There is going to be another collab for one of those singles, so there'll be more details on that soon. Possibly some giveaways as well as for the release of the EP. So if you want some free music stuff, could be a CD, could be a personal video. I don't know. You guys will have to follow me on my socials to figure that out. But yeah, TikTok at Jonathan Panetta. Instagram also at Jonathan Panetta. I feel like I should have like a graphic of my name. Some people put an H. They put like an H at the beginning. There's no H at the beginning. Um, Twitter and Facebook as well. And yeah, I hope y'all will come along for the ride because this summer, I don't know, but as an artist that I critique my work all the time, I feel this summer's going to hit different. I'm very excited for what's about to come out.
Jonathan Panetta, thank you so much for being a part of this month, and hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like working from out of your car, which means you really are bringing work home with you. Alright, this week's list is titled 7 Rejected Taglines and Slogans in Advertising. No hesitating with this list whatsoever. At number 7, Fanta, who cares how you pronounce it? Number 6, JCPenney, we still exist. Number 5, Kinder Bueno, you've probably never tried one. Number 4, Target, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your girlfriend is? Number 3, I can do this. Papermate, we lost thousands in sales since the writer's strike. Number 2, Starbucks, it's 11 a.m. Do you know where your girlfriend is? Sorry, I need to... Okay. And number 1, 7 rejected taglines in advertising. Ben and Jerry's. Who cares about serving size anyway? Alright, that's the possibility list for you this week. Sometimes on the homepage, you see videos with titles that catch your eye, and you're like, I'm gonna watch this, but not right now. So you put it in the graveyard, the watch later playlist, where you never get to it. And I thought, why not actually go into my watch later playlist and look at some of the stuff that I waited to look at for some reason. Alright. First up, this was just a fever dream.
How soon after the incident were you fired from the amusement park?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it might incriminate me.
Don't worry, it's just an amusement park mascot. It's not actually like a fever dream that's supposed to be a real Homer Simpson, but still, that's creepy. And of course, who could forget this classic from like 10, 11 years ago?
Big Mac. Big Mac. Big Mac.
I need a double cheeseburger and hold the lettuce.
Mac.
Don't be frontin', son, no seeds on the bun. We be up in the drive-thru, order for two. I got a craving for a number 9, lock my shoe. And eat some chicken up in here, in this sizzle. Original, my mizzle, extra salt on the frizzle. Dr. Pepper, my brother, another for your mother. Double, super size, and don't forget the fries. That's about it.
I'm sorry, I only caught the double cheeseburger.
That has been living in my head rent-free the past 10 or 11 years. Alright, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. Very fast, I want to thank Natalie Miranda, Jonathan Panetta, and Anna, aka Prismia, for participating in this year's Singer-Songwriter Appreciation. I appreciate that very much. And, support them while you can. Listen to their stuff, follow them on Spotify, and follow their music journeys as well. I wanted to announce that You know, people are leaving late night all the time. Trevor Noah left. James Corden left. Okay, you know, I'll just say it. Ryan Seacrest left, but that's a morning show. I still have more to say after 8.5 years, so I've decided I'll keep going for another 3. How about that? Yep, we are renewed through 2026. What else? Oh yeah. We are taking a brief break, but I will be back. And until next time. Until next time, what? Hold on. Okay. Until next time, you know you're getting old when your coworker asks you, "Hey, what was your first game console?" And you tell them it was a Nintendo 64. And then they say, "What's a Nintendo 64? Are you playing tricks with me?" "No, I'm just ancient." Well, that is the show. Thank you so much.